right, guys, let's rock and roll. All right, have more, think more, be more. It is a classic mantra we've heard time and time again throughout our lives, especially if you have followed personal development for quite a while, not just me, but through other individuals and leaders who also serve in this community as well. We've all heard it in some different shape and form that allows us to use this mantra to stay fueled, to stay consistent, to stay motivated on our goals and our journey as well. And as I have learned it, I kind of paraphrased it a little bit, but when I learned it as, in order to have more, you have to become more. But in order to become more, you have to think more of yourself in that presence of becoming. And that just really resonated with me because it was one of the first times that it taught me that your success, your true success, begins from within. And before I even got into the act of finding my gift in order to find my best life and to recognize all of that, I first ended up doing a lot of psychology and learning how psychology and physiology, the physical movement of your body, how it all correlated and it all came together as this central system of events that has an order, has a sequence in which you think it in order to do it, so you do it so you can become it. Okay, and it all can be done just in repetition. You become a whole bigger person just by taking that step every day. Just by taking one little step to think a little bit more of yourself so that you can do a little bit more than what you did the day before, so that you can become a little bit more than you did from the day before as well. And it kind of falls into the law of what Tony Robbins calls it, the 1% law, where all you need for massive success, to have any type of success that you want, is to have 1% improvement each day. And of course, if you're a math whiz, it's not 365% better that you'll be exponentially better than what you were a year ago, to the point where you literally won't be able to recognize that person because you stretched yourself mentally and physically beyond what that individual was a year ago could even fathom of becoming today. So let's go ahead and get started into some of the internal mantras within that mantra of having more, thinking more, and becoming more. And the bigger, the better. We've heard it time and time again in many different ways and puns and industries and so on and so forth. But in this instance, the bigger, the better simply means that the bigger I think of myself, the bigger chance, the more room I give myself to grow. So therefore, as I stated in several videos back, you want to dream beyond what you can solve. You want to become beyond what you think that you can become, which is, it may sound a little contradicting, but it isn't when you really zone in and focus and really allow your imagination to flourish and to fuel itself into doing this each and every day. And what happens is that our brains naturally are going to use these dreams and goals as questions to find the answer, to find a way to become more, to become bigger than what we think about, to become better than what we think we are. And that's the whole point, is that as your brain evolves and grows to following better questions or better thoughts and goals, now your body, your physiology, the way you do things, how you do things, when you decide to do things, all of these actions and activities will now become much bigger than what they were before, which in turn creates bigger results. So the bigger, the better. Don't be afraid to see yourself beyond what anyone else has ever told you, because their opinions of you is not your truth. Their opinions of you is not your reality. It isn't their place in life to tell you that. They just made a decision to just do that, but you now have the decision to say, thank you, but this is what I think of myself. And then you just focus on that. That's it. You focus on that, you keep it simple, you keep it linear, and you just keep getting bigger and bigger through thoughts, so you can get bigger and bigger through your actions, so that your results can get bigger and bigger. And you will just be amazed alone from before you even get close to reaching your destination, just as to what type of person that you will become in the presence of that. It's an amazing journey. And the next mantra here within that is to be very specific forever. Now, what that simply means is that specificity is the best level of success that we can come to accomplish, because it allows us to channel our energy within the universe's energy to attract directly, not broadly, but directly what we desire to have, how much money to the very cent that we desire to have in our bank account, that we desire to make each year, that we desire to make each month, week, day, hour, minute, second. Okay? And that's specificity to its finest right there. And it really gets the juices flowing, because once again, you ask yourself, how do I make this? How do I make this? How do I make this? Now your brain is using what you already have in order to create what you want. And it's just another way of just allowing yourself to think bigger, so you can be bigger and do bigger, and just allow yourself to be more than what you think you can be, or what other people even have the slightest of thinking that you can be as well. And being very specific allows you to do that. So take every goal, micro plan, as we always talk about, and then go a step further and micro plan the micro plan. Go just write sub bullet points up under each other until you literally cannot write anything else about that one step, and then you go on to the next one. You will be amazed at yourself as to how very clear that you can think of your goals, your actions, your activities that leads to that specific destination, which will help you to find yourself, find your gift, so that you can be attracted to your best life. It's an amazing process, and that's essentially how you do it. Now, we can go in further detail, and I can break down more case studies, but that's another video for another day. But understand that you want to be very specific. You want to leave the broadness out, because being broad is just being lazy. And we're not lazy for our gift. We're not lazy for it. We want our gift to work hard for us. So why not work hard to find it and to be there for it and to grow it into what we want it to be, so that we can shift forward in the life that we shift forward into the life that we want, so that we can live the life that we've been dreaming about all these years. Okay? And the next step here is to complete every action before you take it. Put it on paper, put it in your mind, meditate, see it as an observer, see it as a spectator, as a doer, inside of your thought process, and then take it out, make it tangible, write it down, micro-plan it, make a vision board of it, see certain pictures that already exist to dramatize your thought process into fruition, into reality. You know, that's how a lot of these movie studios, how they make movies. They write down the script, and then they have little caricatures or little drawings that draws out the scenes of the movie, so that their vision can be very clear, very specific. It won't be all over the place. That each movie becomes very linear to the specific point that's being made at that moment, so all the way into the very end. And in the midst of you doing that, just like a movie studio does, and as a director does, you are able to, if you stuck at this point here at point number 2, you probably can move over to point number 5 or scene number 5, work on it, get it out the way, get it completed, then make your way back to point number 2, work on it, spruce it up, get stronger, get bigger from it, be bigger than the problem than you were that made the problem. Okay, be bigger with the solution. And that's how you resolve everything, is that you have to grow past where you were when the problem was created or when the challenge was presented upon you. And that's what you do with taking care of everything before you even take one little step forward. See it in your head, see how it's going to go, see the best case, worst case scenario, see all the possible scenarios if you can, so that a sense of deja vu will come to protect you when you're out there doing what you need to do, because you'll feel like, hey, I've done this before, and that which I've done before gives me a sense of certainty. So now with that certainty comes the confidence to move forward, to look both ways before I cross the street. And before I cross that street of success into the next step, all of this right here just comes back to that simple step right there, is simply see it in your head, see it in your mind, do it before you do it, right? And the last step here of the mantra is that the action that you take must match the dream's size and intensity. Otherwise, you start to create off alignment of your goals. And now you start to create conflicts, because if your dreams are up here, but your actions are down here, now you have this much space of conflict that can keep you from bringing everything to scale. And that's what a lot of people mess up in life, and that's what really pushes a lot of people into this complacency mode, and it takes them like 4 or 5 years to get out of it, until they, they get out of the zombie mode and say, hey, how did I get here, and how do I get back to where I was trying to get to 5 years ago? And that's what happens, is that they find themselves contradicting from how big they dream to how little action that they take. I'm even guilty of it myself when I was in real estate, and also when I was also doing internet marketing and selling items online and being an affiliate, and also selling houses, buying houses, renting them out, wholesaling, buying apartment buildings, so on and so forth. These processes first had to be done in my head. I had to see every possible scenario, so that if a hiccup came about, especially when it deals with you investing money, and especially other people's money when it gets involved, now you have to think quick and ask yourself, what do I do now? Because this has happened before, because I've seen it happen. Now what do I do? What do I do? So that's what you do for each and every step that you take, in every step towards your gift and towards the best life that you desire to have. That is how you have more. That is how you think more, and that is how you become more. So that you'll be ready for your gift, and your gift will make you ready for your best life. This is Nick Billions bringing you another awesome motivational, inspirational video from Mills Life and Business Consulting. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And always, a few things here. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already a member of our YouTube community. And also hit that notifications bell as well, so you'll always know when we upload a new video. We do it daily and weekly, 5 to 7 days out of the week, because we are amped, we are pumped, we are motivated to motivate you. All right? And also, leave a comment. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What could have been added? What could have been taken away? Do you like this shirt? Do you like my face? Whatever you want to talk about, leave it in the comments, and we can create a dialogue, if it's serious enough, And also, it may even be something that we can talk about on next videos, because we now become, as we become a bigger community, we now realize that we have a lot of minds, unique minds, that can all help each other in the process. And I can just be the anchor in which these goals and these particular thoughts that need to be put out can be delivered as well. And as always, until the next video, remember, find your gift and your best life will find you. Nick Billy signing off. I'll talk to you soon.